Trying to go with the out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time. And the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Knight, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Once again, they run with Mixon. A little juke. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
In motion right here, Boyd. First down. Here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This one a better run.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To try again after the sack. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. And finally, he's out of bounds. But how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. That's complete to the tight end Sample. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, it's Burrow. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
They'll give it to Mixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They go play action with Burrow. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
McPherson's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away, take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
Yeah, and if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that in-line.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A good return there, 17 yards.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Second down at 5.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Hall want to give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
There's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing now is Wilson. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, They're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we've got free football, 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Jets. Hard-fought game through 4 quarters gets us into overtime, and then you can't even catch your breath and realize you're in overtime, and the return of the ball game's over.
Absolutely amazing what we got to see, because we're setting up all those different scenarios as we go to overtime. Do you take the ball, right? What do you do with the coin toss? Where are you going to play? How are you going to do it? And that takes it all out of our hands, doesn't it? A bolt of a return that ends the ball game.
How often do coaches talk, Charles, about that third phase? And here the third phase was the difference.
No doubt. And what I also think about is when you get to overtime, fatigue has to play a factor in it. If you use a lot of guys who are frontline players on special teams, sometimes they run out of gas.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is remember.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Here we go on 4th down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's got room. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 37 yards. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the end zone first and have the running back follow them. That's how they want to cap off this drive.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
4 yards there on the touchdown run. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win, and the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.